All right, let's call this meeting to order. Can we have roll call, please, Mr. Karati?
Mr. Alcondo,
Present.
Ms. Ainello,
Here.
Mr. Laurentino,
Present.
Ms. Mahoney,
Here.
Mr. Quinn,
Here.
Ms. Robinson,
Here.
Ms. Roloff, Mr. Shearer, Ms. Zottarelli.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. Okay, we have a superintendent's report, please.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I just want to begin by extending our deepest condolences to the Winnie family. Their daughter, McKenna, was tragically lost in a car accident the other day. Chris Winnie is a former Board of Ed member. Nicole Winnie is a current paraprofessional in the district. And our thoughts and prayers are with their family at this time. And we're here for whatever they need. At this moment, we do have some student representatives, so they are going to come up. Students, remember, I did not have a chance to prep you. Remember to speak loud and clear. You may come stand at the podium. You may line up in the order that you're speaking. And just begin by saying your first and last name, and then share which school you are speaking for. Oh, you need a
Excuse me,
microphone,
Mike?
don't you? Here's one.
Hi, my name's Samantha Apgar, and I'll be talking about the 3 elementary schools. Week of Respect activities occurred in all 3 buildings. One highlight was Express Yourself Day, where students dressed in school-appropriate outfits to show their hobbies or interests. Students also focused on self-respect and created affirmations where they focused on what they were good at. Thank you to the Saddlebrook Volunteer Fire Department for visiting each elementary school during Fire Prevention Week. They do this every year, allowing our younger students a close look at a fire truck and help us to improve upon our procedures for a fire drill. Collectively, the elementary schools donated over 1,000 boxes of cereal to the Center for Food Action as part of the Great Cereal Challenge. The students got to witness the domino action of the cereal boxes falling on top of and into one another. The domino builds were exciting for the students to watch.
Hi, my name is Caroline Caprellian, and I will be talking about the elementary schools. The elementary teachers have gained a lot from their professional development sessions with Shelley Klein, literacy coach, and Bill Jackson, math coach. They will continue to work with these coaches throughout the school year. We are focusing on small group instruction for literacy and diving deep into lesson study for mathematics. National Unity Day will be hosted in the elementary schools on Wednesday, October 20th. Students are wearing orange to show unity for kindness, acceptance, and inclusion, and to send a visible message that no child should ever experience bullying. Red Ribbon Week will be hosted the week of October 25th. The theme this year is Drug-Free Looks Like Me. This theme is a reminder that everyday Americans across the country make significant daily contributions to their communities by being the best they can be because they live drug-free.
Hello, I'm Amy Vega, and I'll be speaking for the Washington School Early Childhood Center. Each morning, students start their day together, greeting each other, singing songs, and dancing. During the Week of Respect, we created a friendship tree, which has every student handprint representing leaves on the tree. Each class is finding the creative curriculum unit on returning to school / beginning of the school year. New paintings are going up at Washington School. The Doorman from The Wizard of Oz and the Very Hungry Caterpillar have just been completed. The doorman from The Wizard of Oz is in the vestibule area at Washington, and the very hungry caterpillar greets us over the doors to the gymnasium. We are excited to get more paintings in the months to come to brighten up our amazing preschool. Hi, my name is Carly Montalbano, and I'll be talking about the middle school high school. The middle school high school raised 55 boxes of cereal for the Cereal Box Challenge and also created a domino effect with these cereal boxes. Congratulations to the 20 students who successfully auditioned for the Choraleers. Congratulations to the 22 students who were elected to our student government. And Senior Kaylin Mahoney auditioned and won a spot to sing at Carnegie Hall through Music for Change. She was one of 24 performers selected, and the proceeds from the concert went to creating diverse and equitable music halls and resources.
Hi, my name is Julia Corcoran, and I will be talking about the athletic department. Congratulations to our girls and boys soccer team along with our volleyball team on qualifying and earning a spot in their respective county tournaments. Being a small school, that is quite an accomplishment. Be sure to vote for senior football captain Nick Ciolino. He is nominated for NJ.com's Player of the Week, as well as being a finalist in the Heart of a Giant contest. Voting ends today on NJ.com for soccer player Isabella Sarah, as she is recognized as one of the top 100 junior players in the state. Be sure to follow our SBHS Athletic Department's Twitter handle to stay updated on scores, standing, and shutouts. Follow us at Saddlebrook AD.
Hello, my name is Olivia Lash, and I will be talking about district updates. We are excited to share that our school district has been accepted for participation in the Developing Resiliency with Engaging Approaches to Maximize Success project for the 2021 to 2022 school year. The New Jersey Department of Education and the New Jersey Department of Children and Families are partnering to support your school district in the development and implementation of trauma-informed and healing-centered practices. Also, our elementary gifted and talented program will be starting at the end of this month. Letters will be going out home by the end of next week. There is a parent recommendation form on our district website for those parents who wish for their child to be considered for this program. A reminder that the SBEF Walkathon is this Friday, October 15th. Your principal will be sending out further information if they haven't already. Don't forget to register for the Saturday with the Superintendent session on Saturday, October 23rd at 9:30 in the morning. We will meet in the auditorium. There will be a brief presentation followed by a meet and greet informal session. The session should last about an hour, and parents are welcome to come and go as they see fit. Our special education parent advisory group is meeting this Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m. in our high school auditorium. Families and caregivers of students with learning needs or with students receiving services under an IEP or 504 are strongly encouraged to attend.
Thank you to those student reps who saved me a whole lot of work. You did a fabulous job, and I will also be posting these updates on the district website under the superintendent page so parents have access to it.
All right, is that it? Okay. All right, Mr. Crowley, do you have a business administrator report tonight?
Yes, just two things. Board members, you should have received an email last week from New Jersey School Board Association for the workshop, which will be virtual October 26th through the 28th. Feel free to go on New Jersey School Board website to select any workshops or anything you want to sign up for. Also, one more thing, this Friday is October 15th, and that is the annual student count for the application for state school aid, or other people know it as ASSA or ASSA report. That's for the 22-23 school year. This count is very important and is used for the state's formula for calculating state school aid. Although the formula is not fully funded, the state is getting closer to that formula, and hopefully that'll be happening in the next year or two. So again, it's a very important count. Maybe I could get that to the new director to do. No, we'll still do it. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Okay, time for our presentation.
Okay. Okay, so every year we are required to present to the Board of Education our testing results. Testing was canceled. But we do have access for 2.0 for ELLs to report on. Dynamic learning map, we only had 2 special education students participate in dynamic learning maps, so we are not reporting on that assessment. So talking about our English language learners, just a quick intro as to how a student enters the ESL program. There's a home language survey upon registration that the family completes. Then the ESL teacher will conduct a records review process, and they have to apply multiple indicators for identification. Once the student is identified, they do go into Genesis. So we started using Genesis, our student information system, last school year to identify those students, which makes reporting a ton easier. And then the exit process, and we're going to talk about that. They have to establish the standard, which is a score of 4.5 or higher on the WIDA test. And then they continue, they don't just exit the program, they do continue to be observed and monitored upon exiting the ESL program. That way we make sure that they are set up for success. This is what the state testing report looks like coming from WIDA. You see they're tested in 4 areas: the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. They're placed into a tier upon completing, the listening one, I believe. So it's tier A, B, or C. And then they complete a series of activities. It's all done online on the computer. And you see the overall score at the bottom. And it does explain the different levels of entering, emerging, developing, expanding, bridging, and reaching. So it does explain what those scores mean at the bottom. You'll have to forgive me. I created this while I was director. So, okay. These are our testing results. So this year I broke it down into K to 6 and 7 to 12 because we do have not two different programs, but we have like 2 ESL teachers K to 6, and then we have an ESL course 7 to 12. So I thought it'd be interesting this year to do something a little different. And you can see across the top are those 6 levels. 4 is expanding, 5 is bridging, 6 is reaching. So as you would expect, we don't have any that we're currently reaching because they wouldn't be in our ESL program. But you can see, so our K to 6 students, those are the percentages of students that earned that score. So we did have 20.1% that earned a score of 4 or higher. Now, again, you need a 4.5. So if you receive a 4.2 or a 4.1, you're still in the ESL program. And then if you look at grades 7 to 12, there's a higher percentage that did meet that goal. So we actually started, at the time of this testing, we had 41 students in our ESL program. 11 students did exit our ESL program, but I did check the numbers before the board meeting, and we had a lot of transfer students. We're up to 42 students in our ELL program. So what are we doing for our ESL program? So last year, I think it was last year, years of time's flying, we hired an additional ESL teacher for K to 6. So we do have 2 ESL teachers in our K to 6 buildings. And then we have 1 ESL teacher in our middle school, high school. We did run a summer program for our ESL students, K to 6. And we also purchased with ESSER funds Raz Kids ELL Edition. And that's for the use for the entire school year for our K to 6 ESL students. We also were able to purchase some WIDA resources directly from WIDA to support their growth in the Access 2.0 testing. So you'll see there's the standards framework, which was updated in 2020. The response to instruction and intervention. Then there's can-do descriptors, can-do booklets, and kindergarten kits. Kindergarten kits were revised, so we did purchase new ones. So make sure our teachers are all set to go with that. The can-do booklets and can-do descriptors and the RTI, along with the standards, we actually purchased for administrators, so that way when they observe the program, they know what they're looking for. We purchased the descriptor key uses for all our general education teachers. That way when they have an ESL student, it tells them what the expectation is, what that student is able to do in different content areas and at different levels. So if they score a 2 on the screening, they know to look at the 2 and then determine what work the student is actually capable of completing. We also purchased books for the ESL teachers, differentiating instruction and assessment and foundations for teaching English language learners. And then we also purchased additional books for our 7 to 12 ESL class that was requested by the teacher to engage them more, that were more applicable to them, to those students. That's our ESL population. Now, this year we are preparing for NJSLA 2022. So I just wanted to have a slide on this. We made sure all our students, general and special education teachers, have access to the units of study resources, the mentor texts, the actual Lucy Calkins books. Then we were able to order all those mentor texts, books for book clubs, books for mini lessons and author studies. So those are still in the process of being delivered and being distributed to our buildings. We wrote a lot of new curricula over the last year and a half, and we revised it to be updated with the new mandates, the new statutes, and the new standards. So with that, we had to purchase some books so that way our teachers can actually follow the new curricula and have the materials in order to do so effectively. We are continuing with our Link It Form A, B, and C, and we did, I believe every school, if they haven't completed, they're in the process of doing makeups for Start Strong for the fall testing period. That was mandated by the state. Okay, speaking a lot. All right, then each school does have a school data team this year. The school data team is comprised of our interventionists at the elementary level, our basic skills teachers, counselors, and general ed teachers. And they are tasked with reviewing this data. So we have our students taking Link It Form A. They already took it. We have our students taking Start Strong. Well, what are we actually doing with that? That's what our school data teams are for. So they have dedicated time, at least one full day a month. In September, I believe they had 2 full days, to review all of the student assessment data and place students into tiers. And that goes along with our New Jersey tiered system of supports. So we're transitioning INRS to NJTSS. So those data teams are going to meet, they review the student assessment data, and they're going to group those students into tiers 1, 2, or 3. Tier 1 students receive instruction. It's the instruction that every student receives. Tier 2 students receive a little bit extra. So they're going to receive a small group push-in 2 to 3 days a week if they need extra help in specific standards, whether it's reading, writing, mathematics. And then Tier 3 students are pulled out. It depends on the schedule, but ideally every day, the 5 days a week, it might be 4 days a week, 1-to-1, 1-to-2 for 30 minutes, where they receive that intense intervention instruction. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything about our school data teams. They've been working very hard. They group them into the tiers. The tiers are meant to be fluid, so students are expected to stay in those tiers for 6 to 8 weeks, and then they're reassessed. And there's a timeline for our school data teams for them to follow. Make sure they're looking at the data again. And when we do Link It Form B, they're going to look at that data. They're going to look at classroom assessment data, and then they're going to move those students into the different tiers. And that will also be marked in Genesis, so we have a record of it. Okay, we're also doing fall block for the NJSLA for those students that were in danger of not graduating, that maybe did not pass English 9 or Algebra 1 back in the day, many years ago, it seems like. So we are in the process of scheduling that fall block assessment for those students to make sure that everyone is prepared to graduate and has that opportunity. And you can see at the bottom, to meet the graduation assessment requirements, if they haven't met it by passing English 10 or Algebra 1, then they may use one of the alternative pathways. So that's shared there with the link, and I will be posting this so that way parents who need that information will have it. And that is my presentation. Any questions? I like the applause. Keep it up.
All right. Now it is time to open the meeting for public comment for agenda items and policies only. So is there anyone wishing to speak on agenda items or policies only? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our agenda items. Okay, board action items. We have, I'm going to skip saying the 21, 22 again. It's just B8 through B14. Can I have a motion to, 13, sorry. 14 were strict. Okay, we're moving that to next time. Okay, so at the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items, B8 through B13.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call, please, Mr. Friday.
Oh, let's see. Mr. Raccomando,
Yes.
Ms. Ainello,
Yes to all, but I'm going to abstain from B.8, the closed session on September 22nd. I was not part of it.
okay. Mr. Laurentino,
I'm going to say the same thing as my colleague. I'll say yes to all, but on B21, 22.8, I'm going to abstain on the closed session as I was not part of it.
Mr. Quinn,
Yes to all.
Ms. Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Roloff,
Yes.
Mr. Shearer,
Yes.
Ms. Otarelli,
Yes to all except for I'm going to abstain on B1228 closed session. I'm not part of it.
Ms. Mahoney.
Yes. I guess I should abstain from the closed session because I wasn't there either, but are we just accepting the minutes?
Yeah,
Okay,
you could do both, or you could do whatever you want,
okay.
because there's a regular and closed.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll
yeah,
stay
so I
from
guess
both.
I'll abstain from both the meeting minutes on that.
Okay,
Okay, education and curriculum, Mrs. Roloff?
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items, E12 through E18.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Raccomando,
Yes.
Ms. Ainello,
Yes to all, but I'm going to abstain from E16.
Mr. Laurentino,
Yes to all.
Mr. Quinn,
Yes.
Ms. Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Roloff,
Yes.
Mr. Shearer,
Yes.
Ms. Otarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney.
Yes. Okay, finance, budget, and facilities, Mr. Quinn.
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. F2122.17 through F2122.31.
Second.
Okay, any questions or discussion?
Through the chair, if I could.
Yes?
I just realized we got a email on the committee. Can I bring it up now for the budget, finance, and facilities?
Sure.
Okay. Here with the dugout, did we get any input from the residents to see how they would feel about that? Also, that was A on number 2. B, it says money is being withheld. We were told that these projects were done. Why is there a punch list now? In June, we were told that everything was finished. Let's see. Sorry, my finger hit the wrong thing. And I think that's it. Yes, that's it.
So those two items, no, the neighbors or residents around the field at Smith School were not notified. This is just coming before the board. And number 2, since that ESA project was, going through all the years, I've updated many times that there were still things that they had to finish up. And with the pandemic, it kind of shut down a little bit. But Mr. Soroki and I have been on top of them. It's just that they're not getting the labor here to do the work. They are slowly. At times they come in a lot. The 5 or 6 items that were still open, majority of them have been done, but I haven't paid them anything until they all are checked off.
Just through the chair.
Yeah.
With the dugout,
didn't we discuss having it fenced in, some kind of way to keep people out of it, and we're going to talk about that, right?
Yes.
Yes, so is that part of the,
Yeah, I'll be going back to the group, and that's what the board, wishes to do. I don't know if Mr. Quinn was going to do that in his report. or-
I'm sorry.
So,
Sorry.
but that was one of the
Sorry.
items that was brought up, that there'd be some kind of enclosure so kids weren't hanging out in the dugouts in the evening.
Through the chair. When was it discussed about the fencing? Because this is the first, was that in a committee?
Yes.
Okay, can we start getting committee reports for the committees? Because I was like, what are you talking about? Number one. And I probably should have brought this up in caucus, but I just realized it. Just on F-25, on number 3, is that a lease or is that an outright purchase?
All these items under 25, we purchased so far, what was in the budget was to do a vehicle lease financing. There were 5 items in there. One of them was a school bus that we purchased already, was on the minutes in June. This is 3 more items, and there's 1 more truck that we're still waiting to get a quote from. The estimate for the total lease payment is in number 26, so we pay now over 5 years. So between 25 and 26, again, these vehicles were all budgeted for. The lease payment amount in each budget year was budgeted for. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? Are we ready to? Oh. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Raccomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
Yes to all, but in F 2.17, I'm going to abstain from check number 4243 and check number 4559.
Mr. Laurentino?
I'm going to say yes to all, but I'm going to abstain under F2122.17, check numbers 4282 and 4597.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes to all.
Ms. Robinson?
yes.
Ms. Roloff? Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes to all, but I'm going to abstain under F2122.17, check number 60048.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes. Okay. Okay, policy, Mr. Laurentino.
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. P2122.1 through P1648.13.
Second?
Okay, any questions or discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Raccomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes. Okay, and now we do not have anything for negotiations tonight, so we're going to move on to personnel. Mr. Raccomando?
Sure. At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. P2122.26 to P2122.31.
Second?
Okay, we just need, from under 229, Ms. Violetti to,
Yes,
Just
it was
fill in
in
the
the agenda as
information.
TBD. So for .29, item number 1, the Director of Curriculum and Instruction position being appointed as Nicole DeBonis with a space between D and bonus. Nicole DeBonis at a salary of $135 prorated, effective upon release no later than December 14th, 2021.
through 6/30/22.
You got to vote, make it official.
Yeah, gotta vote.
Okay, any questions or discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Raccomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ainello?
My hip.
Yes.
Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff? Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Otarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney.
Yes.
Now you can clap.
Okay, now it's official. Welcome. We're excited to have you with us. Okay, and now we can move on to committee reports. Would you like to start, Mr. Quinn, with a budget?
Sure, seeing some of it's already been taken care of for me. On the one project, the ESIP project, which has been going on for a couple of years now, it's the, for people that don't know, the energy savings project. It was funded or backed by the state, and it's a way we got a lot of new upgrades in lighting, HVAC, etc., with a plan that it ends up not costing us any money whatsoever because of the money we will be saving through having more efficient maintenance work. I don't know, lighting and etc. A lot of the projects that were for 21-22 are almost complete or complete. That includes the Franklin roof, which is about 98% complete. This is old, so some of this might already have been finished. The drainage work in the middle school, high school parking lot has been completed. Hopefully that will make a great difference. We put a fence around the kitchen area at the middle school and high school. And Franklin fenced to close in the playground and basketball area. Did that get finished at this point?
Almost. They were working on it yesterday and today.
Great. The paving of the parking lot and basketball area at Helen Smith, which is needed for many years now. The basketball area at Franklin got paved. The long parking lot will being held off until springtime. We discussed some buildings and projects for a possible future. And then for the food service, we have a new meal ordering program that was open to start the school year. That seems to be going well. The food service manager, Tom, has been doing a great job with that. There were a few hiccups as anything new, but that seems to be worked out. And that's the vast majority of the facilities and budget.
Through the chair. Question.
Yes.
On Monday, I noticed that they were digging up Washington School parking lot. Well, and it was only a little piece, like a 20 by 20. I don't know if they were moving a tank or fixing a pump or.
Yeah, I guess prior paving, there wasn't, I guess, enough macadam, so it had, bubbled up and ever big divots in there. So he cleared out that area. At first, he thought maybe it could be a water leak or anything, but there wasn't. So he put enough macadam down there now, but it was just a section of the parking lot.
Do we have any education or negotiations reports? No. Okay. All right. Any liaison reports for tonight? Ms. Sotarelli?
Franklin School PTO held their meeting last night. They invited all the Board of Ed candidates to speak and introduce themselves. I heard it was a good turnout. I was unfortunately not able to make the meeting. The student government is hosting a Socktober event collecting new socks for the homeless shelter. Upcoming events are the walkathon on 10:15, Dine to Donate at Smash Burger on 10:20, the Pumpkin Patch at 10:22, which will be held in Franklin, Touch a Truck 10:23, which is a $5 admission, and the proceeds for that will go to the VFW. Their next meeting is November 9th. That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
I got
That one?
Smith.
Go ahead.
Okay, Helen I. Smith is celebrating Reading Month this week. We have a readathon and several teachers and staff doing bedtime stories throughout the month. The book fair last week was a major success. The fall festival is coming up next Thursday. There will be games, prizes, pumpkin picking, crafts, a pumpkin fall canoe, whatever that means, science demo, and a reader's theater put on by teachers. Also, October dress down is 10/22, and the theme is mismatch. Picture day is 10/27. Halloween class celebrations will be on 10/29. On Halloween Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., there is a special restaurant fundraiser at Smash Burger in Lodi to benefit the 6th grade.
Sign off.
Just a quick reminder from the middle school, high school PTO, the candidates night will be on Tuesday, October 18th at 7 p.m. right here in the auditorium.
It's Monday.
It's not on Tuesday?
Was that
I'm sorry, it's on the 18th. I thought it was Tuesday. It's on Monday at 7 p.m. right here.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Any other liaison reports? All right, any correspondence, old business, new business?
I'd just like to wish all the candidates good luck for the new year. And you have big shoes to fill here. Say what you all want.
All right. All right, thank you.
Just new business.
All right, what?
Angela.
Oh, yeah, new business, go ahead.
Yes, sorry, I have new business. I also would like to wish all the candidates good luck. I won't be here, but I hope it all goes well for Monday. I just have a suggestion and maybe a thought, and maybe our committee reports can be before the agenda so that some of this information can be discussed before we have to vote instead of after. Even if it's just that one committee report, just have that right after, right in the beginning. And then after we close the meeting to the public, maybe have committee reports and then the rest. So this way, if there's questions, we can talk about it,
Mhm.
Is that,
Yeah.
what do you think, Ray? Is that crazy or is that a good idea?
No, we were, we
Yeah.
were before doing it at the caucus meeting when we came to that section of the agenda. So,
Right,
Yeah,
but
the
I
committee-
think, so I guess if it's a caucus meeting, it's easier to do it in the beginning. Instead of doing this
right.
section, just
Yeah.
do the committee reports and then we can discuss it.
yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Chair, last year, didn't we have a committee report right after the meeting? Like a day or so, whatever? On the actual meeting?
I like do we send them out?
Yeah,
right away?
usually we have them sooner, I think, but it's been crazy.
After the committee meetings, because they were the Tuesday before our Board of Ed meeting or whatever. We used to get a committee report emailed to us for whatever committees met. So we have the information to discuss that or.
Sometimes, yeah. I wouldn't say we were very consistent with that, but sometimes. So I think what we used to do too is during the caucus,
Yeah.
we did the report instead of now.
Mhm.
So we were able to discuss it and then vote on Wednesday. So it's kind of along with what you're saying.
Yep. So do it ahead of time. I think this month we got kind of thrown off since we had our caucus an hour ago, so. Yeah. Okay,
That's it.
anybody else?
Yes, through the chair. I just want to piggyback on what Ms. Violetti said about the Winnie family. It's horrible. I wish them nothing but blessings. On a positive note, once again, I'm going to tap into our football team. Those kids they go out week after week after week and they just play their rear ends off. And kudos again to the coaches, the kids. The band is phenomenal. They got this group of kids. I don't know if they're sophomores, juniors, or what, but they get everybody fired up. And it seems like a Friday night game that you would see down south somewhere, like Georgia, every time they're around. So kudos to the coaching staff, the athletic department. They're just doing a phenomenal job. They're having a lot of fun. So
That is good.
yeah, and the rec department showed up to support the high school, and it was great. It's like it should be like a happy little community family type thing. So again, kudos to them.
Nice. All right, anybody
Chair,
else?
if I may,
Mhm.
I think it's wonderful that you're bringing that up, Mr. Nakamondo, but please don't leave out the other teams because they work just as hard.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know you're a big, and it's great, and I do agree with you 100%, but we can't forget about soccer and volleyball and cross country, cross country, okay?
Absolutely. And Sylvia won the 50-50 too.
Oh.
Nice.
No, she didn't. She didn't win.
I was gonna say, where's my money?
All right.
Tell them to piggyback onto what he just said.
Yep, go ahead.
Only because I saw the game, they did do great, but what I like to see, because this is my alma mater, that I also noticed the entire girls soccer team was there to support, not just the football team, but the school, and the band's phenomenal. I love the band. So it just seems to me, from what I've seen, the school spirit is definitely going up and the participation. And I know the girls soccer team's doing pretty good. The boys are doing good. So winning does kind of bring spirits up a little bit, but it's just great to see for a small school, so many kids involved. So, and kudos to the football team is looking actually pretty good.
Band practices every night in back of my house.
Yes, they do.
They're amazing.
Through the chair. On the subject of the sports, I read somewhere and I just want to know how soon, are we getting a mascot costume?
The SBEF and the middle school, high school PTO joined forces to donate a mascot costume. I thought I printed out a picture to be, and
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever printed it out. I did follow printer and I don't think I ever printed it out. But yes,
But I went, I have soon.
I'm not sure when. I think relatively soon. It's been ordered. Thank you.
Sorry, if I can, just to the young lady who brought up Mr. Cellino and his NJ.com. I want to let you know, I probably voted about 400 times trying to get that kid in first place. But he deserves it. He did phenomenal. So thank you for bringing that up. And if anybody's home, is anybody watching this at home?
Probably, yeah.
NJ.com, Nick Cellino.
All right. And I also want to just take a minute to thank the high school kids who read earlier. You guys did a really great job. You took your time, you spoke loudly and clearly, and it's not easy through the mask. And, you know, it's get nervous. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. All right. Can we, make a motion to open the meeting to the public for comments?
Second.
All right. Would anyone like to speak or comment tonight? Speak to the board?
Closed. I mean, yes.
Okay. Seeing none, then can I have a motion to close the meeting for public comment?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, I didn't do that before. All right, I don't think we need to go to a closed session again. So I guess it is time to adjourn. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, our next meetings are November 8th and 10th, and we will see you then. Thank you, everyone.
The bonus family, come on down for pictures.
Yes.